closes right above that neckline, it's higher chance that it's gonna bounce.
Yep.
So I just took it and it just went really nice upside before close though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, SPY we have liquidity sitting below us at previous week's low, 669. So that kind of looks like we could actually maybe pull down to there. It's quite nice. Yeah, overall it's still stuck in range though for right now, technically, but should get this break soon.
So we don't have any data beside NFP today.
Um, yeah, yep, yep. NFP
Oh
is the
yeah,
only
we
thing.
don't have it. Yeah.
Oh, Philip will be back next week. Let's go.
Oh, Philip gonna be back next week.
Yes.
I think I'll be able to trade 2 to 3 days with you guys. Awesome, awesome.
Anyways, what were we talking about earlier? This break, right? This
Yep,
flag break?
yep, that
Oh,
big.
okay,
Yep,
I see.
yep.
No, it's nice. Where did
Yeah,
you get in
it,
at?
it was like three drive pattern, 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yep.
Toss that lower low
Mm-hmm.
on that bottom. So I just took the one right at 603 level. When if you should see that line right there. Yeah, that was my long spot right there.
Oh, nice.
Yep, and then I rode up to the what was that on the top? It was like a view up till the view up, which was really
This is
nice
view up
can.
right here, yeah.
Yeah,
The retest here was nice. I like this level a lot. Actually, as TP1.
yeah, that was my TP. Yep,
Nice.
and just took that. Yeah.
That was a nice break there. Yeah, clean structure. I
Well,
like it.
but if we look at it, I mean, kind of like think that it might do like a flag as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you
That's
so
technically how it is, yeah. But for
yeah,
me, thinking like, at least for me yesterday, I wanted to be more of a range bound day, which is why I wanted like more downside yesterday overall. Like when this H setup broke down and then we continued to pull, I was expecting previous low of day to hold because I wanted NFP to be the catalyst to decide whether or not we're actually going to break structure or not. So, I like the longs here overall, even though we are flagging.
yeah. That was the only concern for me, and my stop loss was as the low.
At this low,
Yep,
or
yeah,
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 okay, no, that's
at that
perfect.
low. Yep,
That's fine.
yeah. So that was the stop loss. Even though like the it was not that much point, but it's okay. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just take like 35 point stop loss on that, and then right after that, it didn't even flush down. It just keeps on moving upside.
Mm,
So yeah, just yeah. The only scary part was since it was also flagging, so
yeah.
that was the reason. Yeah.
This might have been scary right here, this like sell down right here, but I mean, you can see it was just a
Uh-huh.
retest. We retested
Yeah.
because we broke out here, and then this might have been scary because it might have looked like a failed breakout, but as long as it got bought and we closed above, the setup was valid, and yeah, we just continued
Hmm.
to pull upside targets. Yeah, it makes sense. Even then, your entry was perfect. You could have ran break even stops, take profit, took out
Hmm.
half right here and run break even stops if you had an entry right around here. It would have
Yeah.
been valid. Or even tighten it. But no, it makes sense.
No,
It's
because
really good.
since the candle were like moving so fast, so I didn't want to take risks. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put my stop loss at the low and
Mm-hmm.
see how it reacts. Right after it flushed till that level, and then he just bought it up right away and just hit the TP.
Yep.
That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, all the moves yesterday worked out perfectly though. So I'm still a bit upset that I don't know, I just couldn't execute on anything yesterday. Like this played out exactly how I wanted it to, this H setup. down to equal lows, and then yeah, we did end up running the liquidity at new low of day, and then it actually even got a deeper sell,
Mhm.
which is quite nice. Yeah.
We did short, right, yesterday? Or
Yeah,
did we long?
we
We
shorted this
shorted, yeah.
initial pop here at the trend line, the lower high trend line. We just got a wick above. What happened was we got a wick above and then candle closed back inside structure. So I missed out on shorting this position here or this move down. And then obviously I literally read the H setup. I was like, oh, we'll pull it back up to VWAP. We'll look to short there and have this set up in an H. And then yeah, we just did not.
Hmm.
So yeah, came down to equal lows, which would have been the target anyways. And probably even new low of day, but we probably would have gotten tagged out maybe on this retest here. But yeah, this move down also was pretty nice, actually. But I mean, we'll see. Bigger time frame is going to be important for today's close, I think. Unless we get some more catalyst over the weekend, get some more news or something. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. Apple did break down though. Actually, nearing my first initial target of 256. We have a little bit more room, I think, but yeah, we pulled down to the low here. Had a breakdown. Got the retest right here, actually, which is quite nice. Break and retest so far on Apple. And then rejected it. Sold down, kind of an H setup. Ran a liquidity at previous low of day, and now we're trying to hold here a bit. So we'll see how we react off the open, but overall targets I do still have us a little bit lower. So let's see if we could get that today. Microsoft on the 4 hour. I want to say this broke, but maybe not. Maybe I kind of drew this wrong. I think I drew this wrong. It should look something like this, I think. This looks a little bit better. And we're also kind of in like a newer trend line here on the 4 hour, like a new higher low, higher high. Still have that large imbalance sitting below us, but if we do lose this structure, so probably break below previous low of day. That doesn't look right though. I guess it is. Yeah, anyways, a break below previous low of day, I guess. Would initiate a further breakdown. Maybe look to target these lows here, so 402, 400, and then this imbalance that's sitting below us. Google broke down from its flag, break, retest, continue to sell here. You actually should have a lot of room. 294, I don't really have any levels here. Looking at the daily. Wait a minute. 294. Yeah, we already took out the liquidity there. That daily liquidity on this gap down. So actually, no, we could still hold here. I mean, we'll probably open at 296, but realistically, if we actually do get some more selling pressure, next level down is going to be like to the 280s, 285 for me. 285 to 290, I guess would work. Um, but let's see how we react at this daily liquidity first and see if it kind of curls back up. Otherwise, if this is a full breakdown, then we could actually get a pretty solid move here. NVIDIA flag also breaking down here. This is nice. Very nice. All larger time frame structure. Flag is breaking down. I mean, yesterday's actually we kind of lost structure a bit on the close, and then it kind of got bought. But once again, we're getting another attempt. Failed to break out above 182 there, so I guess we're kind of getting some selling here a bit. So they should actually have room. If this is going to actually initiate a breakdown, we should have room down to the lows. So 174. And then if we are trading the flagpole here, we actually should have a lot more room lower. But I'm not really sure if that's going to be accurate based on this time frame here. But I guess my first target lower below this low is probably going to be 169, most likely. It's still quite a ways though, so I don't think I'll look for that today. Unless we get a really deep sell day on a Friday. I mean, it's possible. Today's important because we have our weekly close today, right? So if we actually want to initiate a breakdown on a bigger time frame, we would probably want to sell today and then, have some type of like breakout candle to end the week and then maybe see some more follow through over the next few weeks if we actually, get this breakout. Is the idea I'm kind of thinking of here. So yeah, that's kind of my idea and thoughts. But QQQ will open up today in the money, actually $1 in the money, which is great for us. Great for us. We'll be taking profit on that. I want to say I might attempt to hold maybe like, I don't know, 5 contracts or something like that. See if we get some extra money if we continue to sell today. Not sure if that's possible, but definitely worth a shot, I'd say. Because if we do, actually, we should see a very large spike in premium, especially since we're already in the money. But yeah, we'll probably close all of our position or a good chunk of it today, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, no news today, so we should have a pretty clean trading day today, hopefully. Where's Netflix at? Is Netflix up or down today? I did not get my sell yesterday at 100. 98? We should be fine, I think. We're kind of consolidating here, actually. We might be able to get a nice break. Kind of looks okay. This is actually a bearish structure. Rising wedge. I did want us a bit higher, though. I did want us to at least actually come up slightly above 100 here. So I will continue to hold that. I do also want to look at meta here, see what's going on with that. Had a breakout, came back inside structure. looks okay. If we came back inside structure, then we should technically look to retest this higher low here down at 640, so $7 down. See what happens though. We have view up above us across NQ and Qs after this gap down here. 47 or 24,700 is basically where we're going to be opening at. Let me look at the charts one more time. Hey, we had a nice little M setup actually here on a 4 hour. Came down to the lows, equal lows, broke 24,800, and then yeah, just sold down to support. Overall, though, looking at this, we're really just tightening. Nothing really is kind of happened yet. So we are directly at support, basically where we're going to be opening here today. This could be weird price action today, I think. Only because we may or may not want to initiate this breakdown here. I guess we'll just see off tickers though, but we have to open here in 30 seconds. I'm going to get ready to close my QQQ position. See what those guys open up at. All right, it's open. I have 70% on those. Oh, never mind. 40% on QQQ. Let's see if we get some more selling here. Apple's selling this. SPY looks a little bit weaker here. It looks like we're actually flagging. We'll give it some time. I did get filled on my QQQ position, by the way. And I actually ended up only closing about half. Let me see if you get actually, or squeeze a little bit more out of this move potentially. But I got a 13 fill there.
Hey, Alex, I was going to say, over the past couple of days, it feels like there was a rotation from, like materials, the hard assets, energy, and industrials back to tech.
Yep.
I saw like a lot of the software names, started to get bid up and such. And then, of course, SPY is not doing as well right now versus M&Q or
Yeah, yeah,
QQQ.
no, yeah. I feel like the past couple of days, tech has been kind of leading with the overall volatility, and SPY's kind of been a little bit slower, but I think, we have kind of that flip here, or it's actually mirrored. It's pretty equal in terms of overall percentage that we're down right now, but SPY right now at least, looks a little bit weaker, so maybe we are getting that, slight rotation within the sectors here, so I guess that's kind of good. Um, Especially if we have downside bias. However, yeah, SPY is selling here. Definitely a lot weaker here. Definitely a lot weaker here. Oh yeah, Philip, we're gonna do 40-point stop, yeah. 166, yes, that's correct. SPY's breaking down here. Premiums are picking up here on QQQ. I knew I should have waited like a couple seconds. It's fine. Previous week low here, right? Yeah, previous week low here. I said my overall idea is if we actually get a deep sell today, we probably would stick at the lower end of the range to initiate a bigger time frame breakout. I just took some more off there though. Um, on the QQQ position. Yeah, those are at 48% right now, guys. I'm kind of want to micromanage these queues before taking any actual day trades first. That way I could at least secure profits on something. A break below overnight low and previous week low, we should see a huge increase in volume. Or a large increase in volume anyways. Oh, nice, Samir. Yeah, that's a good target. This is ultimately my final target. This realistically is just going to be looking to potentially hold some runners. Anybody else get those QQQ swings? I think maybe somebody else might have. You know, our Microsoft position actually came back to life, which is kind of funny because it was down a bit. I mean, I'm actually still holding those runners from like way back when. But yeah, that swing on Microsoft, I think we got like 50% on that, and then those kind of flipped, and then they actually were down a bit, but now they're actually up a slight percentage. Yeah, so it's just runners now for my QQQ position, by the way. I have 5 contracts left. So if you run to break even, I'll just close them out. Spy's still a lot weaker here. You know, I'm wondering if I should actually close this Microsoft position just to get rid of it, because I'm not really sure of its overall direction for the future. Actually, kind of looks kind of good. Never mind. We initially bought over here on Microsoft calls, like what? Yeah, early February we bought, and we ran it up to 425, which was our target. But we kind of burned a month of time already, so I'm really wondering if I should just close that. I may regret that decision though, or I may also regret the decision of not closing it. I think I should close it though. Break even. 11.3. I mean, they're up 7% right now. We have May expiration. March. We still have, kind of still have a lot of time on that. May 15th expiration. Obviously, it won't be up as much. Or maybe it would be up as much. I mean, we have... No, 450 is actually quite a bit of ways still. I'm kind of unsure of that, to be honest. Overall, I think it looks good if you have shares. I'm just a bit worried or concerned about the expiration and time frame for our contracts up to 450. I think 450 is pretty nice overall, but not sure what the timing is going to look like with that, because yeah, I don't know. I should just close more. I'm just gonna close more here. Alright, I got rid of some more Microsoft. Just in case I may regret that decision later, but we'll see. Alright, now let's look for a trade. Options positions are managed and done. Now we will look for a trade. Once again, we are at major support here, so I don't know, I'm kind of 50-50 at the moment. Especially with the divergence between, SPY and Qs. SPY looks definitely a lot weaker. Qs is kind of holding up. Not really. I mean, it's sitting below VWAP, but definitely it's holding up a lot better, for sure. If I had to pick a side, though, I'd probably pick downside, though. We're selling a bit here. Price is pretty slow here. We're just range bound from opening price. Nothing actionable just yet. At least for me anyways. Nvidia did hold. Nvidia's pretty strong actually. Google looks pretty decent here as well. Meta did actually sell down to that 640 level that I mentioned. Down to the lower end of the range actually. That was actually pretty quick. Minus 3% on that. Getting some buying here though. I wonder if we could flag and break the upside for previous low of day retest maybe. Kinda don't hate the idea behind it. Five-minute flag here. Looks kind of good. Don't think we'll get our entry though. It's already breaking out. This looks like very high ATR by the way, just so you guys know. Maybe not actually. Wait, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not that bad. No, no. I think it's okay for right now, but I think once we get our break, it should maybe pick up a bit, but for right now, it kind of looks okay. I think 40 points is still okay as stop. Five minutes getting sold down here a little bit. We are holding below VWAP. Not really seeing the buying here at all. I almost want to short this here. Play the breakdown of the flag. Still range bound for right now. So you guys know. Doesn't look great. Price is stalling here. Oh, tickers are kind of holding here though. They don't look super bad, I'll be honest. Tickers don't look terrible. But nothing looks great either, so. Our range break is going to be below previous week low and then above VWAP here, I think. Ran liquidity on the 1 minute there at 635. Yeah, kind of got some buying there. Lower end of the range, makes sense. Volume's picking up here. Getting our break higher. And bulls defend it. Previous low of day tap there. That would have been TP target for the flag. think it's possible for us to retest 800 here. Yeah, we're kind of getting the move already. It's kind of still resistance here across tickers. Still getting some buying here. Yeah, I mean, we're at resistance here. I actually don't hate the idea of shortening this spot. Rejection off previous low of day. Retest here. I don't hate the idea behind that idea, Rich, actually. Look at Apple. Apple looks not great. Microsoft looks not great. Google looks okay. Nvidia looks okay, but does have resistance overhead here soon. I do kind of want 800 though. If I was to look short, I probably would want 800. For my case, anyways. And also based on how we're setting up. Getting some selling here. It's not all gone yet. I think this still has potential. If you want to look for a downside, you would look for a previous week low again, an overnight low to retest. Actually, I'm considering getting in this if we actually close below VWAP here on QQQ. Stops just above. Possibly. Here's you up top here. Alright, I'm in short. 7-13. 40-point stop. Hmm. Oh, this is gonna stop us out pretty quick. Well, never mind. Forget it. Hmm. Oh, the bot's not working. 1 second. We got baited out. This is a delayed alert. Sorry. Do we hold a higher low? time frame. Am I missing something here? This, I guess. I guess that's holding high or low. Yeah, I guess. That sell down though. Yeah. Took the retest there off of VWAP. Obviously, we did not get any buying there. Yeah, it just ran straight through VWAP again. It's very choppy here. Kind of back and forth.
If Samir's on the 5 minute super trend, I don't know if that's any kind of indicator for you.
Yeah, tickers kind of held up there. Flags did not, kind of lose structure there a bit. Yeah, they kind of got bought at support, I guess. We're still kind of range bound here. We haven't really moved too much, to be honest. Kind of just chopping back and forth right now. This is technically still resistance here. Yeah, higher high, higher low for now. Still kind of want us to 800 here. I think we have a little bit more room higher here. Do we hit 800? No, we hit. No, one tick off. 799.75 on NQ. Might make one more attempt at these highs here, and then if not here, then I don't know, a break above here, it kind of gives us room for a lot higher, at least for me. So I kind of want to see this structure get respected here. I said I want a slight draw above 800 and then kind of wick back down. Here's our push up. We have VWAP here, VWAP top. Direct short off VWAP. Kind of want to take this rejection off of this for the higher high. buying around liquidity there. I think we're also sitting in a GP here as well, actually. From the high, from data highs. Yeah, this is a GP here. It's not a bad spot. Slight wick above here, and then stalling here a little bit. Took out highs there. Tickers look kind of decent here, actually. They're okay. I mean, nothing's really moving per se. Well, I guess Microsoft's breaking its flag. I mean, it still has a resistance here, previous hive day. Gonna look short at data highs, possibly. 900. It's not bad, I guess. Technically right here, 70. 874. SPY might be able to get this tap in the previous high of day. Or low of day, sorry. Hopefully that should line with tickers as well, and then Q's up to that data high there.
Um, just for me, I was looking at the super trend for SPY. I just hit my first TP, um, thinking, if we could continue this momentum, we'll hit about 676, 676.50
Mm-hmm.
as another potential TP.
Yeah, I like this previous low of day here target for this upside move. We're basically right at the data highs here, or not really the high, but where we open from data. Looking at 900 psych here possibly. Slight rejection there. Makes sense. Getting some profit taking at that previous low of day on SPY. Direct short off of that kind of worked. Previous low of day. This is view up on NQ here. Mm-mm. like we're actually still getting some more selling pressure here a bit. Tickers are rejecting there, but pull down another new low there on the 1. I do want to see how we close here on the 5. If we actually recapture back below view up. It's kind of what I'm waiting for, Rich. I'm just waiting for an entry here. Looking at the 15-minute structure here, we recaptured, or we're still sitting in a lower high here. Wick down below, held inside GP on the 15. Well, there's the move I was kind of looking for. No, it didn't really give me an entry opportunity there, I'd say. Kind of just sold pretty quickly. I guess maybe at 840 it sort of gave me an entry, but not really. This is previous low of day retest on Qs here. So Qs is back holding inside of range here. Guess tickers are still somewhat holding. This would actually kind of be a potential spot to long here, but oh, nice, Samir. That is a big candle. Wow. Technically it's giving me a short entry, but I don't know if I really like this still anymore. Last minute buying on this hourly candle close that we're getting. Tried to get this push below 800. Failed, got some more buying that came in. cup and handle on what, the 5 maybe? I guess in the works. It would kind of be in the works if it was on the 5 minute. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, this is some pretty aggressive buying there that came in. We're gonna get this hourly close here in a couple minutes. I kind of want to see how that actually closes. Looks like we could take out data highs though, or at least 900, and then let's see where we go from there. Thinking of longing this actually. Tickers look pretty good here, I'd say, actually. Looks like they can pull highs. This is moving so fast, I feel like I can't even kind of give myself an entry. Because I'm a bit worried about getting wicked on, kind of due to the volatility, but it does look good. Apple's popping up. Nvidia's flagging here. It could reject still, technically. It's still stuck in range. It hasn't even broken out yet. Which is my only concern, but... Microsoft's back at resistance here. Overnight high. Rejected that previously, but it kind of got a little bit more momentum there. Apple did clear previous low of day there. Yeah, I'm looking at 20. What is this? 24,950 possibly. But if this rejects here again and we don't actually get a break, could actually come back inside structure again. Hourly didn't really close too bad, I don't think. Okay, I'm back in shorts. I'm at a 50, what am I at? 55. Thinking this could be almost like a double top rejection here. Tickers are still at resistance and actually still rejecting here a bit. At least from what I'm seeing anyways. Could be wrong about that though, but I guess we'll see. This will probably be the last one of the day for me as well. Gonna look for the fill of this 5-minute imbalance. That's probably sitting below us, and then maybe even another retest into previous low of day here. Yeah, that's where I have my stop as well, actually. I just have my stop as new high of day. Which makes sense in this position, I'd say. Like I said, this will probably be the last one for me today. Yeah, I'm not really seeing that like super aggressive buying here. Like some tickers, maybe it's mainly Apple that's kind of just breaking out here. Other ones are kind of like, they're kind of okay here. Took out liquidity at the high, and then I'm looking for this to kind of flip here a bit. It's trying to, but I need to see a lot more aggressive selling here. This, I am kind of also like, the idea behind the short is also kind of based on the larger structure, bigger time frame, like mainly the daily. We had multiple attempts at this, I guess, support right around 600, so I actually kind of want us to come back down and then get a pretty weak candle close to initiate a breakout. So that's kind of what I'm looking for overall with this trade, and I guess for the day. That's kind of like my thesis for what I would like to see for the weekly close. Yeah. So push below 600, or yeah, close below 600 would be decent, but we'd probably want to see 596 preferably. I don't know if we'll get to 596 unless this actually gives a full-on sell, which is possible, but we'll see. This is view up here on NQ. 5-minute imbalance sitting slightly below us here. Halfway filled so far of that 5-minute imbalance. So let's see if we could get down and actually fill it as, like, I guess TP1. Oh, nice, Amir. Not a bad Friday for you. Not a bad Friday for you then, I guess. I'm gonna look for 800 here as TP1. 1-minute imbalance fill. Or technically, yeah, you would look for like 790 here, but I think 800 is kind of nice. I'm wondering if we could tighten stops here as well, down to like 73. I feel like that's kind of valid there. I might do that. Could be 80 actually. 30-point stop. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put my stop as 85. That's 30 points. Just tighten it a little bit. I think if we actually get tagged on that, we'll most likely put a new high of day. That's not a bad trim spot though. Almost 40 points there. Or no, that was 40 points actually. That was... no, almost 40 points. Not a bad area to trim. Not gonna lie, I almost want to see a full rotation on this move here. Set up in an M pattern, break down equal lows below 602, and then pull down the view up again on QQQ. Possibly, just an idea, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Another trim opportunity here, guys, for 40 points. Honestly, if you have a better entry, it's... I'm not sure if anybody has a better entry than me, but... You could have gotten a better entry, actually. So this is VWAP here, so might want to be careful here. Oh, got some buying there. Aggressive buying there. Wow. Oh, nice. You have 860, Carlos. Very nice. Very nice. See if Nvidia could sell this here. If Nvidia could give a breakdown, I think that could be a potential leader for this downside move. And then other tickers are sitting at resistance. If Nvidia leads this pull down, other tickers might be able to follow through and reject here as well. And that should maybe give us our move here. Yeah, nice 1 minute candle. We need to lose VWAP here though on the 5. We have to clear below VWAP. Break below VWAP should deliver 800 pretty quickly. That was 40 points. It did deliver again for that 1-to-1. You know, I'd agree that I probably would ride this to 800 as my first target. Break even stop also is like way too tight here based on the volatility, so I will not be moving break even stops until like we actually get like a deep breakdown below 800. A move below 800, I probably would do break even stops, but it's still way too tight for right now. Not really liking this 1 minute, I'll be honest. I like that candle though. I like that candle. Yeah, nice flag here. Still need to lose view up though. View up is our breakdown level. Yeah, really below 800, but below view up we should see 800, so that'll be TP1. Only 30 points of risk though, so it's slightly less than what we're used to this week, so I guess that's better for us, but wouldn't really like to get stopped, to be honest. Not like to get stopped on this move. We should get it though, I think. This looks kind of good. Nvidia's starting to lose structure a bit. This is going to be our trim here, guys. Here we go. Yep. Here we go. Take your trims. Take your trims. I'm out half, by the way. I'm going to tighten stops again to 65, so 10 points of risk. I should probably just take full there, to be honest, and just call it a day, but... Should we tighten our stops to 10 points? I don't know. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I have my stop at 65, 10 points of risk. Full exit is valid here, by the way, guys. Just so you guys know. Full exit is valid here. I have break-even stops on. I'm gonna run break-even stops now. To initiate a deeper sell, we want to see this 5-minute candle close below 800. Got some buying there. Hey, these moves are volatile. These are very volatile. Not the close you'd want to see. I think we're likely to get tagged out here. If this doesn't sell here. I guess I do kind of like that 5-minute flag. It's nice. It's nice. If this gets sold here, this would be very nice for us. Like I said, we did not want to see that 5-minute get bought and hold above 800, so not the biggest fan of this anymore. But this flag is still intact, which is nice to see. So, if this candle in particular actually initiates the breakdown, we could definitely look for the lows. I think previous low of day, I guess. Yeah, previous low of day. Something like that. No, it's volatile, yeah. Said full exit there was valid. Like I think even break even stop is actually still a bit too tight. You'd probably still want it to have it in the 80s, I'd say, to give this trade some room to breathe, I think. Or for at least to be fully invalid if you were to get tagged out. I think we could pull up to like our entry price, get tagged out, and then have the setup still be valid here. Save me, markets. Let me have a green day, please, on a Friday in my week.
I thought that you were green. No?
Nope. I'm only out
Oh.
half. Only out half.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you took full. All right. But great trade, Alex. What? Yeah, I think Adam also explained that. Would you mind explaining, of like what did you see on that trade later?
Yeah. Once this is closed, I'll explain my idea. I guess we could just explain it now. I have break-even stops on. Whatever. Alright. Idea behind that was we took out the liquidity at the highs. At least for QQQ, and then kind of a double top rejection there on SPY at previous low of day. And then overall, I just really wasn't seeing the momentum across tickers. Nothing really looked super, super strong to me. Obviously, that's kind of developing a little bit differently now. And then, like I said, my overall larger time frame bias, I kind of want this structure to actually still sell down a bit. Because we had multiple attempts. We've been stuck in this range for basically a month now. Multiple attempts for this, um, push below. So I was looking to see if price could actually close lower on the larger time frame, have this move actually get a full correction, sell down, and then initiate a breakout candle on the daily close and weekly close. So that was kind of the idea behind that. But with this, we had this imbalance sitting below us as technically TP1 with the 5-minute imbalance, or 5-minute imbalance, and then 800 psych as TP there, and then just stop above the high.
Nice. Thank you.
Yep.
Cool, thanks. And then, Alex, a question for you. I know when things move in our direction, then we kind of make stop losses tighter.
Yep.
And my question is because I know you still give it like room for the trade to play out, or the structure to kind of form or play out. My question, it could be a naive question, but like for instance, when we were down, we hit 800 or around there, right? Like that was kind of the TP.
Yep.
I ended up moving my like stop loss like 10 points above the 9 SMA.
Okay. So
I
that's
think
like
with this,
what, 8:30 or so? 8:40? 8:30, 8:40?
yeah, that would have been
Okay.
8:30, 8:40,
Okay.
somewhere around there. And would that be like, I can understand, okay, based off of volatility and price action, but like, is that in general considered like too tight, or kind of play it by ear?
For me, yes. At
Because
least based on this volatility, I think the probability of you getting wicked out, with stops being that tight is really likely. So I think you're better off just closing full at target rather than tightening it, that much, right?
okay,
Because I
got it,
mean,
got it.
even though
Okay,
it's not that much, with the volatility included, that move from 800 to 830, that's still 30 points at the end of the day. 30 points is a lot on a normal trading day, right? Normal ATR day, but with this high
yeah,
volatility, 30 points basically is nothing. From If you look at the chart, that move from 800 to, the 9 EMA, it looks like absolutely
mm,
nothing, right? So a small
yeah,
little retest would tag you out, and we could literally still continue to
mm,
pull lower. And yeah, you would have gotten
got it.
tagged out basically for no reason there, right?
Got
Uh,
it. Okay, so then like you're saying, hey, you might as well just just take the full at the TP, and then you know, I guess maybe potentially just like looking at the charts, potentially would you then
yeah.
maybe come back in, kind of thing?
Yeah, that's probably what I would do, at least for me, only because like when you're tightening stops, obviously you still want the setup to be valid and give it some room to breathe. Like I said, even my stop
Hmm.
here at break even is honestly a little bit too tight still because, you know, based on the volatility, we have kind of like a 50-point range now. Um,
Yeah.
so I still want this trade. I still think downside potential is still possible, but overall our stop placement, it's kind of too tight here for this setup. So we could get tagged out and then flip and then, have the setup still be valid. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think putting it
Got
at
it.
the 90 may definitely, probably for me, I wouldn't do, I would probably be better off just taking full profit at target. Then, if setup
Okay.
develops and you still like it, then I'll probably just take it again.
Okay. Thanks for explaining.
Nice, Carlos. That's okay. Break even days, still good. Still good. I'm gonna try and see if we get a little bit more of this, honestly. I could take profit here and then call it a break even day here as well. But I do like the way this is developing, right? We're still not really pushing above the highs. This 5 minute flag that we're kind of watching is still intact. Um, Kind of rejecting. We're actually selling a little bit more here. Tickers are rejecting. Apple's kind of driving this move down. Nvidia's driving this move down a little bit. Nothing really super aggressive yet, though. So, I mean, price could still get bought higher here, but this looks better for us, though, I'd say. You could kind of see, even just based off that, if you had stopped at the 9, obviously you would have gotten tagged out, and then, this setup is still technically valid for downside. Invalidation of this setup would be a pull above, I think, 880 for me, or 885. That's was my initial stop where I tightened it to. Because a break above 885 would probably pull to new high of day. Like I said, my 55 entries, yeah, it's still quite tight, but I think it works. I still like the setup overall. Looks like we can pull a bit lower, maybe. No, did not close below 800 there. That was super close to tagging me though. I hope it doesn't now. Just go down. Please go down. No. 5-minute lower high for right now. I like the liquidity at the low there. Yeah, it looks kind of good there. 790. Yeah, it's possible, but I think if we get this break below the lows, we probably would look for a previous low of day, I think. Don't want to trim. I mean, this is kind of full TP, Rich. I mean, 800 is super valid. This could still rotate higher if it really wants to. Um, I mean, I'm kind of like 50-50 on both ends right now, only because we're not really seeing a lot of, super strong buying or selling. But I think, the touch of 800 is definitely a valid full exit there, for sure. Probably gonna get tagged here, maybe. That got bought once again. Yeah, I got tagged there. Got tagged. I'm out. Time's at 11:37. Wow. Yeah, slight red day for me. Not too bad though, honestly. Not the worst day. Kind of like almost like a break-even day. I'm only down like what, 15 points maybe? Yeah, less than 15 points. Less than 15 points I'm down today, so it's fine. Alright, I think that's where I'll be calling it. What a long Friday. It's a red Friday as well, but overall still green on the week, so it's not the end of the world, to be honest. Green on the week still for me. Did we take that many losers this week? What are you, 4 for 3 this week? Not bad. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was green. Yesterday was one red trade, and then today is a small red day, minus 10 points. Or more like 13 points, minus like 13 points. It's not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah, 19, kind of like 18k for me this week. On small size, which is kind of decent still. So it's just under 100 points on the week, I think. Maybe like 85 to 90 points. So take it. Yeah, around 90 points for the week. That's still pretty good. I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Obviously, with this higher volatility, it's a little bit harder to trade. I think yesterday, I don't know, for whatever reason, like yesterday and today, I kind of just hesitated a lot on the trades. I don't know what's wrong with me these last couple days or last 2 days, but yeah. But overall, I mean, I think Monday through Wednesday was pretty solid. I think I had really solid reads. I think even yesterday I had good reads. I just didn't execute on anything at all. So cool. All right.